Hello, dear learners! Join me in another interesting learning adventure in the amazing world of science. This is for grade 9, Module 1, Quarter 1. Respiratory and Circulatory Systems working together. I am Teacher April, your learning partner for today's lesson. This lesson gives you knowledge on how the respiratory and circulatory systems work. The focus of our lesson are, first, describe the functions of each part of the respiratory and circulatory system. Second, trace the path of air during inhalation and exhalation. Third, demonstrate how the respiratory and circulatory system work together. Now, let's begin. Are you aware of the most important thing your body does? Absolutely! Do you know the specific organ in your body that is responsible for breathing? Correct! How about blood pumping? Very good! Which body system do your lungs belong? Correct! How about the heart? Very good!
The respiratory system is composed of organs that help us breathe air in and out, supplying oxygen and eliminating carbon dioxide gases.
Can you recall the parts of the respiratory system? The parts of the respiratory system are nose, nasal cavity, mouth, pharynx or throat, larynx or voice box, windpipe or trachea, diaphragm, lungs, bronchial tube or bronchi, bronchioles, and air sacs or alveoli. Here is what happens when oxygen enters the body.
The air enters the nose or nostrils. The nose serves as the entrance of the air that we breathe in and out. Then it goes to the nasal cavity or the passageway to make it warm, damped, and clean. The air moves to the pharynx or throat. The pharynx or throat allows the movement of air from the nose and mouth to the larynx. Larynx, or the voice box, produces vocal sounds and protects the trachea against food aspiration. The trachea, or the windpipe, is a wide and hollow tube connecting larynx and bronchi, which provides airflow to and from the lungs for respiration. The trachea conducts inhaled air into the lungs through the bronchi. Bronchi are smaller tubes inside the lungs which allows air to enter and leave the air sacs. Bronchi are divided into bronchioles, which are smaller tubes, and finally, the air goes to the alveoli or the air sacs.
Another system in our body that works continuously is the circulatory system.
The circulatory system, also known as the cardiovascular or vascular system, transports nutrients, respiratory gases, and metabolic products throughout a living organism, which permits integration among the various tissues. The circulation includes the intake and delivery of metabolic materials throughout the organism, and the removal of harmful byproducts and return to the environment. It is made up of heart, blood, and blood vessels, veins, arteries, and capillaries. The parts of our circulatory system are heart, blood vessels, and blood. The circulatory system is divided into two separate loops. The shorter pulmonary circuit that exchanges blood between the heart and the lungs for oxygenation, and the longer systematic circuit that distributes blood throughout all other systems and tissues of the body. Both of these circuits begin and end in the heart.
The heart, a hollow muscular organ about the size of your fist, is located in the center of your chest between the lungs. It serves as a pump to circulate the blood in the body. This organ is a double pump that pumps on the left and right sides. Every side is divided into two chambers, the atrium and the ventricle, each of which has a left and right portion, totaling to 4 chambers altogether. The top chamber is atrium. The bottom chamber is called the ventricle. The valve acts as a one-way door, allowing blood to flow either forward into the next chamber or out of the heart. The left and right chambers are separated by a wall of muscles called septum to prevent the mixing of the oxygenated blood and the deoxygenated blood. The right atrium receives the oxygenated blood from the other parts of the body through vena cava. The superior vena cava, a large vein, returns blood to the heart from the head, neck, and both upper limbs, while the inferior vena cava returns blood to the heart from the lower parts of the body. The oxygenated blood moves from the right atrium to the right ventricle through a tricuspid valve. The right ventricle pumps the blood to the main pulmonary artery, which connects to the lungs. The left atrium receives the oxygenated blood from the lungs through the pulmonary vein. The blood vessels to the left ventricle through the mitral valve and to the aorta through the aortic valve. The aorta is the main artery that transports blood away from the heart. Now that you are familiar with the two major systems in the body and their functions, we will learn how these two systems work together. How do respiratory and circulatory systems work together? Respiratory and circulatory systems work together to circulate the blood throughout the body. Air moves to the lungs through the nose, nasal passages, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, and bronchioles. Oxygen diffuses to the bloodstream and transported to the left chambers of the lungs through the pulmonary veins. The heart pumps the blood to the other parts of the body. As the oxygen diffuses to the cells use oxygen to break down sugar to release energy. As a result, carbon dioxide gases are produced as waste materials in the bloodstream. The carbon dioxide-rich blood is delivered to the right portion of the heart through superior and inferior vena cava. The heart pumps the blood to the lungs through the pulmonary artery. Carbon dioxide diffuses from the blood to the alveoli and travels out of the body through bronchiole, bronchi, trachea, larynx, pharynx, nasal cavity, and nose. These processes continue as we breathe air in and out and as the heart pumps blood. Without these coordinated functions of the respiratory and circulatory systems, human will surely die. To sum up all the concepts that you have learned today, let us check your understanding on the different processes involving the respiratory and the circulatory system. This time, you're going to answer the activity found on page 21 of your module. Write your answer on a separate sheet of paper. You have 5 minutes to do the task. Great work! What an amazing day to learn what the respiratory and circulatory systems do. I am Teacher April saying, don't stop exploring, never give up on learning, enjoy the facts. Solo edukalidad. Till next time, bye!